What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Dark Avenger Live. I forget that this is mirrored. This is the live show where I like to sit down and talk with all of you each and every week about comic books, the news, when there is news, and all the other fun stuff going on in and around this channel. Tonight's show is probably going to be another show that's only approximately maybe a half hour long. Hello. I didn't shave well. I apologize. This beard makes my face look a lot heavier than it is, and I don't understand why, but it could also be because I didn't shave under here. So, haha, neck beard. Yeah, ha. Anyway, so I have another package from Midtown. I didn't do a short yet. There's a reason. There's a bunch of books up there that need reviewing and will be getting reviewing all week long. We're going to get into that, but I did get some new books, and I do want to show off some new books. Actually, there's one book I want to put to the very bottom of the pile because, yes, I want to make sure that's over here. Okay, so we have a small pile of books. We'll get into that. We'll get into those. As people come in, we got a Zero, we got a Brilly. I will not shush, I am allowed. But so we did lose someone this week, and I think we should start the show off with that. The voice of Harley Quinn from the Batman, the animated series, has passed away. She's also the person that Harley Quinn was molded after. And wow, it's insane how we're losing people. Last week in wrestling, we lost Bray Wyatt, who is somebody I remember myself and my father when we got into WWE because WCW closed down. Bray Wyatt was a huge influence on a lot of ideas I had with my wrestling character and other personas. I loved how Bray Wyatt was. What's up, Black Knight? And it's scary for me also because Bray Wyatt's a year younger than me. And yeah, it was saddening. And then on top of that, Terry Funk, who is an older wrestler who I remember from WCW days, also passed away last week. So 2 wrestlers and Harley Quinn. Wow. This has been one of those years. I tell y'all. And I think I'm jinxed on Mondays, by the way. My voice every Monday, for some reason, is screwed up. I don't know why. Rest of the week, I'm great. Mondays for the live show, I am the lucky one. Hopefully, it'll change. But I'm still going to power through it anyway. I don't care. So the reviews. I did not get to do anything last week. I apologize for that. It was a very busy week last week. What's up? Hello. Last week was a bit of a busy week. I have one pile read. We're gonna do it this week. I have a smaller pile, and this Wednesday is the last Wednesday of the month. I'm gonna lump all the books I haven't read physically, digitally together. I'm gonna lump the rest of those books together. We're gonna have 2 reviews this week. We're gonna get everything from 2023 covered up until August, and we're going to go into September, and we're going to go in, damn it, 1 week at a time. We're going to be doing these reviews again 1 week at a time, and the amount of books will be a lot smaller, which is good. So anyway, let's talk about what I grabbed from Midtown this week. Speaking of which, because some of these books are going to end up in that second review. Like Christopher Chaos issue number 3. I have to be careful. I don't want it to reflect off of the computer. I love this cover. This is the signature cover. It goes along with the signature cover. Over here, I didn't get number 2 that way, but I like this character. What number are you? You are... Okay. Invincible Iron Man, issue number 9. 9. This is a really cool variant. I like it. Yes, I'm reading Iron Man. Because it's crossing over with X-Men, and he's marrying Emma Frost. I needs to know. Night Terrors issue number 4. The conclusion comes out this week. So 4, and I believe it's called Night Terrors End. All of that's going to be lumped into the last part, except issue 1. I read issue 1. That's going to be in the next review. I had to get this. Some of you are going to wave your finger, but you know what? I love this book. And the fact that it has a chromium cover. Yes, I got the reprint of Spider-Man 300 Chrome because I can and I wanted it. It's gorgeous. This book did not come out this week. However, it is a first printing, unfortunately a variant, but this book is amazing. Is this Amazing? No, I'm sorry. For those of you that are collectors, you'll know this. This book, it is stunning. I definitely agree. Is Spider-Man issue number 7. This is the Doc Ock variant. For those of you wondering, what makes Spider-Man issue number 7, a key pickup? Where are you? It is the first appearance of Spider-Boy. The full first appearance. So yes, this book is staying with the board, staying the way it is. Couldn't get cover A. I couldn't even get the second printing. This was all that was left. And now it's sold out completely. So the fact that I was able to get my hands on a first appearance, even though it's a variant, key issue. Maybe a couple of dollars less than what the main cover is. I'm not selling. So I don't care. Whoever's going to, who's going to sell my books? Either my kids are going to sell it or my great-grandkids or my grandkids, someone. I'm not. So the fact that I got my hands on that, it's just a key point in my collection. Just like Spider-Gwen's first appearance. By the God, Spider-Boy. I thought they said no more Spider clones. It's not a clone. I was very glad I could get it too. I don't know, but there was another Spider-Geddon. This was another event that went on with there's a bunch of Spider-Geddon, Spider-Verse, especially with the movies. Are you really that surprised, Vegan? Are you really that surprised? I'm not. It's Marvel. If they could capitalize, they will capitalize. Anyway. So I'm excited. I'm not going to be reviewing number 7. This is just for collector's value. But you will be seeing, is it these 3? Yeah, you will be seeing these 3 books in 2 reviews from now. So look forward to that. I'm also working on getting a couple of things in the mail. Possibly looking to do some unboxings at some point. We shall see, from places, multiple different places, not just Midtown. But for right now, we're trying to get the reviews caught up first. So, anyways, that's what I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about today. I have been scouring the internet for news. I have to give Cap props over on Comic Book Weekly for finding the news. I am just... I have no idea where people go to look for news anymore when it comes to comic books. I popped on a few websites just to see if anybody was talking about anything other than, of course, the death of Harley Quinn. But all I keep bumping into is top 5s, top 10s, a recap of all the X-Men books because we have way too many X-Men books right now. Nothing to do with news. And again, this is the lull kind of the month. Nope. Nothing dramatic. So there's nothing out there. And it is the lull because we are getting ready for New York Comic Con in October. So everybody's kind of keeping everything close to cuff until we get to New York Comic Con. But my God, 1 or 2 pieces of news, please. Guys, you're killing me here trying to find news. No, Cap is not heel turned. So I don't have any news. And again, I feel like even looking for reviews from people that aren't getting paid to do the reviews, because as y'all know, a lot of reviews done on major, websites without any names being mentioned, a lot of those reviews, yeah, people are paid to do the reviews and get the books for free. You tell me if they're going to give an honest review or not. That is why, honest reviewer, if I work with companies, great. And I'll tell you the truth. I love Zenoscope. I love their books. They've never put anything out that I didn't like. I love a lot of the Image books. It's rare that they put something out I don't like. A lot of the independents, it's rare that they put something out I don't like. Then we get to Marvel and DC, and then we'll start talking. But so don't think that I'm just giving good reviews for certain companies. It just so happens that the independents are where it's been at for a long time now. And we've talked about that many, 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 many times. Not Harley Quinn, the character, the voice of Harley Quinn. The woman who was the voice of Harley Quinn. I'm sorry, I don't remember her name. But she passed away. So, Hero Chicks? The Grimm Fairy Tales, you mean. Grimm Fairy Tales is a very good book. So, I don't know, guys. Again, this goes back to what I've been saying for the past couple of live shows now. I walked away and I said I left the reviews, the comic reviews, in good hands. Where did the reviewers go? You got people talking about the dark side of the comic book industry. You've got people talking about what the companies are doing. You got people talking about Disney Plus and HBO Max when it comes to DC and Marvel. You've got people still reviewing the TV shows. You've got people that are still doing top fives of their comic books that they've read. Thank God thank God for Mike Spiderslayer. Yeah, I will say that. Mike Spiderslayer is still doing his worthy or not worthy review, so he's still reviewing books. So thank God for Mike Spiderslayer for holding the fort while I've been gone. He's been reviewing. But everybody else has disappeared. What happened? Anyway, and I don't mean, and there are still reviewers. Don't think I'm probably being a little over dramatic. There are certain reviewers still out there that aren't being, given the books or being paid to do the reviews, that are giving honest, from the heart reviews. But, what's this? Pete's Basement. I swear to God, where did Pete go? Oh, the last thing I saw from Pete's Basement was, I'm taking a break from social media, starting now. Pete's Basement hasn't done anything in 2 years. Pete's now gone. I used to love watching Pete's Basement. That was my jams. Disappeared. This is why, even though I'm going to be doing the unboxings and all the other fun stuff on here, game reviews and all this other stuff, the comic reviews are still going to be the heart and center of this show, of this channel, other than Dark Avenger Live, which this is the live show that started it all. So, I mean, I don't know, but this is why the Dark Avenger comic book review needed to come back, because people need to hear more than just 5 books or 10 books. They need to hear about, we're not going to go that far into reviewing that many books a week again, but I mean, books need to be reviewed, a lot of them, and honestly reviewed, and that's what we're going to do. They talk to me to be a bit, everyone scattered. It's hard to get together. I think he said, yeah, I believe it, because Pete's Basement was like 3 people. In the very beginning, it was 4, and the first one left. And then I believe the scheduling was just really rough. And then you also had the cameraman, the person recording. So yeah, it makes sense that schedules. It does make sense that schedules would conflict. I would love to get Pete on the show over here and have him talk about comic books, if he's still reading comic books. So if anybody knows where Pete is, Vegan or whoever's watching this, I'm on the search for Pete from Pete's Basement. I'd love to get to have a conversation with him on or off video, like live. Would love to get a chance to talk with Pete again, because Pete was one of the most down to earth reviewers I got to meet, I got to talk to, I got to hang out with at New York Comic Con with, and just vibe with. I needs to know where Pete is. I needs to know that at some point we might see a resurge of Pete's Basement in some fashion. Shit, at this point, I will put my hat, I will put the Dark Avenger into Pete's Basement if it will bring Pete's Basement back. I will offer my time to do reviews in Pete's Basement with Pete if it'll bring Pete's Basement back. What's this? Oh, well, Pete took a break from social media. How am I going to shoot him a message? That's the problem. I don't think there are as many comic shows recently because it seems like a lot of people got comic burnout. Also, no one likes MCU anymore, so a lot of people dropped. See, the problem, I could identify it. Marvel had a great thing. It was great. The Avengers movies, all the solo movies that then ended with Avengers, the first Avenger movie. That was mind-blowing for people my age who we've always wanted to see movies where the superheroes were together instead of all in their individual, movies. We wanted that. We wanted Justice League until we saw Justice League. I don't like the Snyder cut. I don't like the original cut. It was done bad. Henry Cavill was a good Superman in a very badly dark written universe. However, Marvel kept going. First Avenger movie, great. Second Avenger movie, Ultron was all right. The third and fourth that were together, that was supposed to be like Secret Wars, excellent. And then everything went to Disney Plus. And then we got She-Hulk. And then we got Secret War, Invasion. We got Moon Knight. That was very good. We got Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's pretty good. And now DC put out Blue Beetle. That's not my Blue Beetle. My Blue Beetle will always be Ted Kord, as I said last week. But Marvel started to water down their brand, I feel. And then the burnout. And then the people like, not interested. Nah. Doctor Strange's second movie was, and look at Quantum with Ant-Man. Kang was introduced very badly. Not true, vegan. Brooklyn is a very big borough. The chances of me bumping into Pete, I would have to be I'm on one side, he's all the way on the other. We're talking a train ride of about 3 hours difference. 2 trains. Chances are this slim. The only way we cross paths is if I was to go to New York Comic Con and he was to go to New York Comic Con. And guess who's not going to New York Comic Con this year? I had to stop buying comics for a little time of money. That's another thing. Comic book prices, $4. They used to be $1 and change. And here's Tevye. Here we go. Yeah, no. Yeah, that was a good movie. It was a very good movie. Unless it's X-Men or Daredevil or The Defenders, I couldn't care less. Hell, put Cap back as Cap. That's up to Chris Evans. I think Chris Evans said he did his time. So if anybody does come back as Cap, it's going to be somebody different. Unless a lot of money. But yeah, that's what caused the burnout. The burnout was the movies. First, Marvel overdid, shipping books like twice a month for certain books. A pile this big a month of just Marvel. And DC Comics went all gobbledygook with New 52, Rebirth, Unrebirth, Dawn of DC. Now we're in Dawn of DC. I mean, between reboots, oversaturation, and oversaturation of movies, not that hard to get burnt out. Not that hard to get burnt out. Not that hard to get burnt out. I already answered that question, Tevia. You weren't here. Cap is the best. I love Jewish gold. Oh, okay, gotcha. Hello. How are you, Sam? Welcome to the stream. So, me personally, okay. When it comes to comic books, especially newer books, it has to fall under several categories. In Marvel, is Spider-Man in it? Is Wolverine in it? Especially, is Deadpool? Is Deadpool in it? Because Deadpool's in it. Is it a major event like what's going on in X-Men? Because I don't want to, dedicate to 30 books. Is it, is it something that is worth reading? Is this a series that's been on the fence for a while and about ready to die? DC Comics is a little bit easier. For me, is it another Bat title? If it is, except for some reason I decided to try. Yay me. Normally I like to try newer things, newer books. If it's Superman, always. Is it a good Justice League book? I don't think we even have a good Justice League book right now. Do we even have it? No, we don't. No, we don't have a Justice League book. That's true. We don't have a Justice League book. We need a Justice League book, DC. What the hell? Anyway. You gave a James Gunn reboot DC Comics. Do you believe it would succeed or fail? I have no clue. I have absolutely no clue. Will it be a book with Emma Jean, Psylocke, Scarlet in Magic? Now I do the evil. That's true. That is true. Jean would definitely. Jean, it depends. What Jean are we talking about? Then we'll go with that. See, with Wolverine's current book is crossing over with Ghost Rider. There's an alpha, a beta, Ghost Rider, Wolverine. So there's 4 books. It's a 4-part mini, and it involves Wolverine becoming the Spirit of Vengeance? ? I might get it. There's also another Deadpool series, Badder, Redder, something. Might get that one. I was looking at a few series that I missed out on. So we'll see. Those will end up on future reviews. We're catching up to September. We're going to make it. We are going to make it. What's this? Give back Wolverine Heat Claws. No. No Heat Claws. We're good. That's a good question. I would love to know why he had a Infinity Stone. I think that was when I was leaving reading comics for a hot minute. So that would be nice to revisit because at least I remember that. But no, there are a lot of factors when it comes to me picking books. And those are them mostly in DC and Marvel. Independent books are so much easier. Give me a good description of what the series or the first issue is going to be about. Give me a really catching cover, and you hooked me. You interested me. Antarctica. The cover is what made me go, And then I click and I read the description and I went, this looks interesting. I want to try it. And I'm going to save my thoughts for the review. Was I right or was I wrong? To be continued in the review. Okay. So I think burnout will stop when oversaturation stops. DC is doing it right. They have about 50-ish books, including miniseries. Marvel's shrunk, but to be fair, Marvel now owns Alien, Predator, Star Wars, freaking the Marvel books themselves. So for Marvel to have a bit more, it's kind of understandable. Think about when Dark Horse had Star Wars. There were like 4 or 5 books. No, maybe about 6 or 7 books a month. Marvel, kind of the same, give or take. So for Marvel to have a bit more, maybe. Yes, I did tell you about Antarctica. It's interesting. It is interesting. All right, let's look at this comment. What about? No, we talked about that, Tevia, and I said I'm not interested in big game. I believe we did, or was that Gang Wars? One or the other. I'm not interested unless something interesting comes out of it. All this talk about questions can we have a good question? A question book. I would be okay with that. We haven't seen the question in a hot minute. But which question? Male or female? The one pre New 52 or the one post New 52? I'm not going to even bother with that one. Tevia, we've covered that question. I will talk till I have no voice. And we all know how you feel about that. Hey, yo, CO, what's up? How are you, my friend? It's going pretty good. Welcome back. It's been a hot minute since I've seen you. It's good to be back. I'm back. So, okay, got you. You want pre New 52. Gotcha. True. Oh, it's an indie comic by Mark Miller. Did it come out yet? Is the question. If it's out, how many issues are out? That will determine if I wait for a trade, because I'm not going to jump in on issue 8. I understand it has nothing to do with Marvel Comics. Is it out yet? And if it is, how many issues is it? We're going to go over the books that are coming out the last week of August before we end the show for sure. It did come out. Okay. How many issues are out so far of Big Game? Because I don't have anything in front of me to look up what issues currently available. See, now that's catch-upable. I could look into that. I'll see. But not for August. We're catching up to September, and then we'll start adding little things here, there, and everywhere. I will look that up, though, because Mark Miller, for me, is hit or miss. For me. Again, a lot of people don't like certain writers. Personally, give me a good story. I don't care who's writing it. I've never had a problem with Tom King. People don't like him. Tom Taylor, people don't like him for many reasons. It's not his fault. I like him. I've especially loved Injustice. The good news is I don't have to worry about saying Brian Michael Bendis right now, because I haven't seen Brian Michael Bendis. Did he disappear? But even Dan Slott, who's bringing back Superior Spider-Man, yes, I will read issue number 1. Before you ask me, Tevia, yes, I am. That'll be interesting. We got a Joe Doom. What's up, Darth? Or Joe, however you want to be called on here. Darth is his name on Twitch. And also VR chat buddy. So I call him Darth, but he's called Joe Doom here. So anybody refer to him as Joe. Otherwise, I sometimes call him Darth. Exactly. It just depends. It depends. It all depends on how good a book is. But anyways, let's talk about that. Let's can I get a screen share started? Share screen. I can get it started. Okay, we're here, but I need to make sure that I'm inset. There we go. Let's talk about some books that are coming out next week, shall we? So we have The Death of Superman, the 30th anniversary. So why not? DC is doing an Action Comics presents Doomsday. because why not? See, I don't remember what cover I ordered, but I hope it was the Dan Jurgens cover. So we're getting a story about Doomsday. Okay, let's see what happens. And we got a bunch of covers to go along with it. Cool, really cool. I'm going to check it out because it's Doomsday. Apparently, the Gotham War in Batman is starting, and it has a chromium cover. So I decided to grab the chromium cover. However, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue to follow the Gotham War. I'll skim it and we'll see. Because there's a lot of books involved. A lot of signed books. Somebody did a signing recently. Catwoman uncovered, even though there's a chromium cover. Let's see. The North. I don't even know. I don't even understand. Night Terror is the end. I will be checking that out because I got all 4 other issues. Might as well go to the end. What else we got? Come on. Lazarus Plant, those are all signed books. Riddler Year 1, if you're interested in the Riddler. Sandman, I'm sad that I didn't know that they brought this out. Sandman Universe Nightmare Country, the Glass House. I might check that out in trade because the Sandman Universe, if I remember correctly, was Vertigo Sandman and getting it. Basically, he got his own universe, so it's not Vertigo, it's just Sandman now. I might check that out in trade. I love this cover for Superboy. It's the last issue of The Man of Tomorrow. Very interested in seeing where that goes. Oh, that's a signed book. Wonder Woman gets a facsimile. I decided to skip out because Wonder Woman. All right, we're gonna go through a bunch of Dynamite because Dynamite likes to put a bunch of covers. Okay, here's IDW. Godzilla has a new book, Godzilla Rivals versus Space Godzilla. That's interesting. IDW's lost so many licenses. There's a Sonic book and the Summer. If you're into the I didn't get this TMNT. This is the only TMNT I'm not getting, and that's the Saturday Morning Adventures Continue. Just didn't interest me enough. And then you got your crossover with Street Fighter. Excuse me. So there's your other, if you want to get your kicks between, Street Fighter and whatnot. Arcade Kings. Image. We're in a new #1 is out. Local Man. Monster is still going strong. Scorched. I love the covers for Scorched. This variant of Haunt. I dropped the books physically. I'm hoping to catch up digitally. World, I don't know if I feel like I missed out on something big there, but Marvel Blade issue #1. Interesting. Let's go over here and check out comments real quick. Hey, yo, we got Sleepy Reader in chat. How are you, Sleepy Reader? It's been a hot minute. I'm back. It's great to be back, and it's great to see you back once again. Unshares. Do you not see my screen? Zero. Is my screen share working? Oh my god. This boy is a gremlin. This boy is a gremlin in my chat. Oh my god. We've got Danny Ketch, Ghost Rider. Interesting, kind of, not really. This was the series that I'm thinking about grabbing. Deadpool. Better Blood. Issue #3 is out this week, so I'm not too far behind on that as well. Dawn of the Venomverse. Oh, Death of the Venomverse. I don't know why, because Spider-Man has the Spider-Verse. Let's make a Venomverse. Why not? The facsimile for X-Men Giant Size X-Men #1. Hulk, I'm far behind on. Marvel Age 1000. But a billion covers. Moon Knight, I've missed out on almost all the Moon Knights, unfortunately. Miss Marvel, the New Mutant, I am going to check that one out. I am interested in seeing where they're going to take Miss Marvel with issue number 1. So I did pick that up. I believe I picked up the Art Germ cover. There's a million of them. Spider-Man of India, another series I'm thinking of picking up, even though we're only 3 issues in. I love this cover. And Spider-Man of India, I read him once before. A lot of fun. Now we have all the Star Wars books, like I mentioned. I have not read Star Wars in so long. I would love to at some point catch up. Ultimate Invasion, issue number 3. Number 1 will be in the first coming review. Number 2 the next. And number 3 will be along with it, probably digitally. This is what I was talking about with the big crossover. The Weapons of Vengeance. This is part 3 of 4. Will I attempt it? We'll find out. It won't be in these coming reviews. Now we're in the Independence. Not much in the Independence department. Blade Runner. Conan. I remember someone was talking to me about Conan recently. I think it was in a group I was hanging out with in VR chat. Grim Fairy Tales number 75. This is the grand finale of the event, I believe. So Grim Fairy Tales 76 might start doing on the reviews. So look forward to that. And there's a bunch of really awesome looking covers. Oh, they look beautiful. And then there's some adult covers. Grim Spotlight, Zodiac versus Hydra. Another interesting book. But again, it's a one-shot. It's connected to the event. Gonna wait. I will be back in chat momentarily. I'm just going to finish the Independence and then we'll be back to chatting. And hopefully one day my voice will be back too. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 30th Anniversary Special. Didn't pick it up. I haven't been reading Power Rangers in so long. I would actually love this cover. This is a nice looking cover. I might actually open up a new tab and put that on the side for later maybe. Maybe that'll be my way back in. I think for the most part, I think we've really come to a ending. I'm not really reading too much of the Independent. Yeah, that was it. Of the Independent right now. So that's mostly it. We got Jenny in the house. Hello. No Power Rangers. No Power Rangers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did read the books. What? I know, right? That covers what interested me. And then I looked into it more and I was like, yes. I was definitely like, yes. And Tevius talked so much that it pushed everybody down. Okay. Everybody was telling me it's working. Great to see you back. Cool to hear what you're thinking about getting. Absolutely. I'm definitely getting back into doing the reviews again. Sleepy. The reviews, Dark Avenger Live, we've been consistent for 3 weeks and we're going to continue moving forward. Unboxings, hauls, all of that slowly is going to come back until this channel is back to the way it was before I left doing reviews and before I took an even longer 3-year hiatus that we don't want to talk about. That's over. Those days are over now. And we got that one. They resurrected Miss Marvel fast. Yeah, well, what they did, let me finish this. They used to wait a year or two, at least before they brought the character back from the dead. The reason for that was they wanted to make Miss Marvel a mutant instead of being an Inhuman, ? So it was really to retell where her powers came from. So apparently she never was an Inhuman. She was a mutant and just happened to be involved in the Inhuman mutants kind of like Armageddon thing. So that's what the whole being able to be resurrected by Krakoa thing was. Go figure. The new Conan is good. I I might catch up on that at some point then. Yeah, she's no longer an Inhuman. Now she's a hybrid. Go figure. We needed that hybrid. I missed the Inhumans before Marvel OD'd on Inhumans. Now, now it's a go or give or take. But yeah, I might grab that Mighty Morphin Power Ranger book just because. But again, the Power Ranger comics have been pretty good. Again, you got to separate yourself from the goofy Saturday or goofy afternoon 30-minute, 20-minute long shows that America did. If you can, go check out Kiss Drama and watch Sentai, which is a million times better. That's what I base Power Rangers off of, and where Power Rangers kind of is going when it comes to the comic books. Less campy, more actual story, and it's just way better than what we were getting on TV. Always was. Yeah, I heard. I know about the death of Amazing Spider-Man. I talked about that a bit. So, boo-hoo, she's dead, and then, oh, wow, she's back, but she's somebody different now. Like, she's got a different orientation. She's not just Inhuman or just mutant. She's both. Yippity-doo. All right, so we are at 45 minutes. I will do a quick Q&A. If anybody has any questions that don't involve Spider-Man or Superman's son, Tevya, you're welcome to throw them out. Questions about the channel, questions about comics, what I'm reading, recommendations. I got a couple already. Fully down to talk for a little while longer. But yeah, so I'm hoping to record the review tomorrow, the first one, get all those books out of the way, and then jump right into those books. Wednesday, the last week of comics releases, grabbing all my digital books, reading all of them, and then by the end of the week or the weekend, getting out the second review and being ready for the first week of September to start reviewing and talking about weekly books again. So, and then we'll see about adding other books like Deadpool and like Wolverine, like I was mentioning. Anything I buy from this moment on will be on a future review because I don't want to build that stack up to a point where it's really hard to get a review out on time. I answered that question, Tevya. If you go back, you asked that exact same question not 2 Dark Avenger lives or 3 Dark Avenger lives ago, and we had a whole debate about where Spider-Man could end up. We've already covered that. You got to remember the questions you asked, man, because we had a whole spin-off debate about that. We had a whole spin-off, and yeah, I did kind of mention nothing Spider-Man related because I'm not even reading Spider-Man right now anyway, so it kind of, I can't help you. I mean, Mike Spider-Slayer, who's continuing with Spider-Man, can help you. I can't at this time. Okay, are you reading mostly single issues these days? So, Sleepy, it's for the reviews, right? For the reviews, I have the single issues. So, before, when I stopped doing my reviews, as you remember, I went to reading trades. So, for weeks on end, I wouldn't read anything, and then a trade would come out, and I'd read a trade. As the years move forward, I realized and I'm going to re-explain this because Sleepy hasn't been here, and other older viewers are going to start coming back, I hope, as time moves on. So I might re-explain the story at least until 2024, and then I'll just, point people to something, or maybe I'll make a video about it specifically. But I quickly realized that I went to a lot of my friends pre 500th review, and I was questioning if I wanted to continue going on because I was experiencing burnout for other reasons that are kind of personal. It wasn't the books, it was personal life issues that were impacting my enjoyment of reading the books. So a lot of people's advice was, see, my goal was always to get to 1,000 comic reviews, the 1,000th Dark Avenger comic book review, and go beyond even that. And it is a daunting goal because that's 20 years. It took 10 years to get to the 500th review. It is now going to take 10 years from now, minus 20 weeks, to get to the 1,000th review. And that's a long time. However, where am I going to be in 10 years that I couldn't dedicate to the comic review? I'm still reading books. I'm still loving talking about comics. The problems were I was having a lot of personal issues at home, family-wise in general, and those issues bled into my passion because a lot of it was impacting my reading time, my reading, my attitude. And so I gave up on the reviews, went to trades, quickly realized it was a mistake, wanted to bring the reviews back almost not even a year later. And then something major happened. There were deaths. There was another major event that I am keeping from the internet. I am keeping that one to myself. I don't want to how do I put this nicely? It's personal. If the other side wants to do it, let them do it. They're welcome to say what happened on their end, however much they want. For me, I'm choosing not to talk about it. It happened. It happened. I know what really happened, and they know what really happened. If they want to spout whatever to make whatever kind of whatever, fine. But that happened, and I was doing Most Anticipated. You remember because you were there, Sleepy. Most Anticipated was going to lead back into the reviews, and then that happened, and I took a leave of absence. In September, all videos stopped. Everything stopped. I went to Facebook Lives for a bit. I did YouTube Live for a bit. Stuff happened. I tried to keep everybody in the loop. I tried to stay online. I tried to keep myself out there throughout the time I was away. But unfortunately, a year went into 2 years. I prepared to come back this time last year. I had a big Dark Avenger Direct. You were there as well for that, Sleepy. And I had a whole idea of starting off one way and then leading into where we're at now. Again, a major event happened. I had to deal with IRL stuff first. And unfortunately, that lasted almost an entire year. So here we are 3 years later. And I'm going to knock on wood before I say this. Things are finally back to normal. Life has finally lulled for now, giving me the chance to finally play the catch-up game that I've been trying to play for a year and a half now. So I abandoned 90% of my trades, and I've gone back to single issues. Started just with Superman, only with Superman, and now that I've done, the last review was all Superman, Sleepy. If you go and you check it out, it came out 2 weeks ago. It was every single Superman title from January to June because, Night Terrors is all summer long. So I covered all of the ongoings and all of the miniseries up to June in that review. Now, everything left that I've added to Superman is going to be in the next 2 reviews. And then when we get into September, it'll be Superman and all the books I'm reading now. And then we'll see if more books will get added since my pile is only going to be week by week by week. So now I'm back to single issues and trades. So I'm single issuing the stuff I'm reading. The digital stuff I'm reading will go into trade for physical form because I don't like keeping my stories digital. And then there are just some books that I'm not going to read until they come out in trade, period. But those won't end up on the review. Those are for my personal reading. But those are very far and in between because I'm trying to review everything I read anyway. So my single issues are for reviews and books that I want to buy issue at a time. And then certain series that I'm reading only digitally, I want to get physical copies of in case the internet dies. At least I'll have a physical copy of it. Okay. Oh, your business is your business. People don't need to know about it unless, well, exactly. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Sleepy. Absolutely. I just want peace. As long as there's peace, that's the norm I need. Anything else like family life or dealing with the kids or everything else, as long as it's nothing major. And once things get started, even see the problem was getting started, which now I've gotten started. As long as I'm able to get started, at this point, I don't have to worry anymore because the gears are turning. You know what I mean? So now I'm in a rotation that even if something major does happen, yes, it might slow it down. But because I'm starting the consistency of my recording and reading and making videos again, it once the gear starts rolling, I don't have to worry anymore. It can move on its own, and then other stuff can happen in the background, and it won't matter. It was just the starting the gear was the hardest part. Now that I've gotten started, it's just about building up and getting to the point where I want to get to. Reviews, Dark Avenger Live, haul videos once a week, all of that once a week. Unboxings whenever I get Funkos and comics and whatnot that are outside of the weekly haul. Game reviews for games, newer games that I play. If I tend to watch something on DVD or in movies or on TV, throw those in there too. And that's where we're going to go. That's the goal of the channel. And then if you like vlogging and stuff, skits, I made another channel. It's called Dark Avenger Entertainment. I think I talked to you about this. Yeah, you were there. You were there when I did the Dark Avenger Direct. So all the other stuff outside of media will be going there. All the fun little skits and extras, unboxings, and vlogging, all is going to go on that channel. So again, the vlogging is going to be my doing adventures all over the place outside of comic book shops and outside of reviewing stuff. So there's a lot going on. And I needed the time to get the gears moving, and they're moving now, and they're moving at a beautiful pace. And right now, I'm just focusing on me and just me, just the Dark Avenger brand. So I'm not really having to worry about doing this and another group show or anything else. It's literally just me focusing on me, which I think is the most important thing right now. And that's what I'm doing, is just focusing on me and this channel. I also have a Twitch. At this moment, I'm focusing on me here. Eventually, I'll probably end up going back on Twitch and streaming some Fortnite, some Final Fantasy 14, especially some VR chat. Once I get my computer and VR all set up, I'm going to be doing a bunch of things on there. But for right now, this is priority as far as my extra time and my entertainment is concerned. Giving all of you entertainment through comic book news, reviews, media, and so much more. But anyway, I think I'm going to get out of here. I've got 5 minutes till this is an hour-long show anyway. We'll be back next week, Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern. So everybody who's here, the consistency of Dark Avenger Live, first step, boom, we got that. Next is getting those reviews, and then hopefully getting the reviews out by the weekend after the books come out. That's the next consistency step. Then getting the haul video out on a consistent basis, depending on shipping, unless I do something else to be continued for 2024. But getting the haul back to consistency, that's the third step. And then getting all this other extra stuff out is also something. I know. I miss Terry. I'm going to miss Terry a lot. I love Terry Funk. Terry Funk was one of the greats. Absolutely. May he rest in peace. And Bray and the voice of Harley Quinn, may all of them rest in peace. Guys, have a wonderful week. I'll see y'all soon for the 2 episodes of the Dark Avenger comic book review. And then back here again, I will see all of you Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for another crazy adventure on Dark Avenger Live. Till then, everybody, take care. Keep reading, keep collecting, and I will see all of you in the next one. Take care, everybody, as we move forward with consistency.